Why you're taking life for granted. The same life that you are angry at, procrastinating about, complaining about, is the same life that somebody right now in bed, in their deathbed, is wishing for. And no, I'm not telling you this to judge you, to point fingers at you. This is just the reality of the world that you and I are living in. Life is not fair. It never was. It will never will. It's just the way life is. But instead of trying to change life, how about we start changing the way we see life? That's why I started this video with that opening. The life that you're angry about, a life that you are sick and tired of, the working 9 to 5, the being broke, you have to walk everywhere because you don't have a house. That life right there is somebody else's treasure, is somebody else's wishes, is somebody else's dreams. Quite a while years ago, I had a friend, very successful, more money than his calculator can count. But he also had part of his organs were failing on him. It's the life of party hardy, drinking nonstop, and eventually, well, some organs of his body decided, I give up. Enough is enough. I spent a couple days with him, as long as he allow it, because that's a tough pill to swallow. And one of those visits, he told me, you know, I have all the money in life. He goes, it's not everybody's life, but for my life, I have all the money in life. And he looks at me with watery eyes and tells me, and not one penny of those can save me or give me extra time. You know, we always think about those moments. Money, you don't take money to the grave, you know? You don't take nothing to the grave. But then, when somebody's going through it and he's telling you deeply out of his heart, and he's not a person to have conversations like that. Like all the cars that he had, the houses, the winter house, the summer house, the country house. It didn't matter anymore. His life was coming to an end. And the reason he told me this is because earlier in life, well, not that early, but back in the day, he asked me when I was still in wheelchair, after my accident and everything, like he saw me bad, okay? He will tell me and ask me, he's like, how you do it? He's like, if I end up in a wheelchair, I don't think I I have it in me to lift up again and continue moving forward. Like I said, it's a hard pill to swallow. But he asked me that. And I told him, it's like, listen, I don't even know how I do it. I'm just angry enough that I'm gonna start walking again. I'm angry enough at this wheelchair that I need to stand up and walk again. And in that moment, he asked me, what you're so angry about with the wheelchair? It's not the wheelchair's fault. And I was aware of that. But I also was aware that that was the aftermath. That was the symptoms that came with my accident. And I couldn't hate anybody else but myself. And I was not willing to do that. Or I can get super mad at a wheelchair as an object that has no feelings whatsoever. But I can use that anger to help me push forward. And I remember his thought process while looking at me and listening to me at that moment. And he was like, "Bud, I think you got hit in the head too hard. Way too hard." So fast forward to I'm walking again, and now I'm visiting him in the hospital. And all he's talking about is how much he wasted his life seeking and wanting more money. And I told him, it's like, well, you got to do a lot of amazing stuff that I still don't have a chance to do. You know? I'm like, you have cars that I can only drive them if I have a PlayStation or an Xbox. You know? You have visit different places and enjoy this beautiful vacations that I can't afford. You know? And I told him, it's like, you got to hold on to those beautiful memories. And he just like looked at me, tears dropping by on his face. And he goes, "Don't make the same mistake that I make." And then he told me, "I understand now why you were so angry at the wheelchair." And it was kind of shocking to hear him say that, because it's something that we haven't touched bases again, like we haven't talked about that. And he goes, "I hate money. That's who who to choose to hate right now. Money." Because in his head, money made him waste his life. The search of it. Don't take life for granted. The life that you are complaining about is somebody else's treasure. You still have plenty of time right now to make it happen. Right now, you have another opportunity. You open your eyes. You're here with me in my blue and pink, I don't know, life hub. Because this room has been my studio, my music production studio. And it's also been my migraine hideaway because it's completely dark. But it also became my prison almost for a whole entire year. I did not leave this room. I say that again. I did not leave this room. I'll go to the bathroom, back in the room. I'll go to the kitchen, back in the room. I was paying rent for a whole entire house, yet I was only comfortable in one room of the whole entire house. That's how it feels to deal with agoraphobia. You are in fear of leaving your nest. Whatever is safe for you, guess what? That's your safe haven. You can't beat it. You can't run away from it. It becomes your prison for real. But it also taught me so much. Even though there was a lot of dreams crushed in here, there was a lot of tears that make me slip myself and fall. There was plenty of darkness in this room for me to get lost. It also was dark enough for me to see the light and follow it. I learned so much about me. So much about life itself. And no, I'm no guru. I don't know it all, and I don't care to know it all. Because the day that we know it all, and we don't learn anything else, well, most likely means that that's your end of your journey. Your end of life. We're constantly learning something new. We're learning how to move forward, and not by instructions of how to move one leg forward above the other, in front of the other. No, we're taught to move forward in the sense of nobody else is coming for you. All this pain and all these things happening to you, all these situations that you are in, are a creation of the architect. You. God can be the creator, but the situation that you're in right now, you created, my dear. And when I say my dear, don't be offended. Because just like I talk to you, I have talked to myself. And if you never see me talking to myself, you're looking at it right now. Because even though I'm telling you this, I'm also telling myself this. You got this. But don't take life for granted. You might or might not know what it is to be in a wheelchair. And I'm not talking about a wheelchair for a couple weeks. I'm not talking a wheelchair for a couple months. I'm talking about you're in a wheelchair for a whole entire year, but that year hasn't happened at that point, but you only get 40% chance. 40% chance to walk away. What will you do? There's 60% chance that you might not get up ever again on your own. See, right there, what I just did? I just show you both sides of this coin. On one hand, you got 40% chance of walking again, meaning there is hope. And on the other hand, the other side of that coin, you got 60% telling you good luck, buddy. What are you gonna do? You have the choice and the right to cry yourself to sleep, to yell at the skies, thinking that just because you're yelling at the sky, at the clouds, God is gonna say, I'm sorry, I'm gonna change my mind. You get so bitter and so angry at the whole entire world that because you're bitter and angry at the whole entire world, you think that that's gonna push you to stand up again and walk. You're taking life for granted. All that you're doing, I'm not saying is wrong, but that's energy that you're wasting to get to those 40% chances and walk again. Granted, I took this 40% chance angry as you can possibly imagine. I'm telling you right now, I couldn't speak the way I'm speaking to you right now. I couldn't. I was so angry. When I opened my mouth, it was just anger, evil, fury, whatever you call it. Compassion and kindness, please. Why I have to be kind to anybody? Why I have to be compassionate of everybody else when I am miserable in a wheelchair and I cannot walk? I'm just talking truth. I'm not trying to play you a script that you just gonna play the violins for me. Oh, poor boy. No. I'm telling you straight up the person that I used to be. I'm trying to tell you to not take life for granted. Listen, right now I'm living this second chance in life. I know there's no such thing because we all only get one life. I flatline. I travel to a whole different dimension that God led me to see. And it was so shocking to see it that I am back over here to tell you about it. If this is your first time in this channel meeting me, hi. My name is Gabriel Rivera. Just call me Gabriel or Gabriel, whichever you prefer to say it. Or even say it in your language, even better, because I tend to forget that this tube is not just you and I. It's the whole entire world, the whole entire universe. But if I have to tell the whole entire universe to not take your life for granted, well, here I am saying it. My clarity came from death. My clarity came the day of my accident. Now, doesn't mean that after my accident, I woke up in this amazing way of thinking. No. That was acceptance over the years of me arguing versus me. Living in an argument with yourself. Like imagine, you got arguments with family members, you got arguments with co-workers, you got angry even with your kids when they don't listen. I'm telling you, my arguments was me versus me. The person that I was angry about, it was the person in the mirror. The person that couldn't walk was the person in the mirror. The person that I was angry about and I wanted to punch was the person in the mirror. It's always been me. I have been my own obstacle in life. But the life that I was hating was somebody else's treasure. There are other people out there that they didn't have their legs. There are other people out there that didn't have a chance, not even a 1%, to walk again. There's people out there right now in their deathbed, not counting the hours, not counting the days, but counting what would they have done different with their lives if they had a second chance again. Don't take life for granted. You're an amazing person. New horizons are waiting for you. But my dear, my friend, you're not gonna see that horizon unless you get up and continue moving forward. God bless.